Hey there, this is Clay, and over the past couple of days we've been going over common failure strategies that really keep a lot of people from getting back together with their ex if they're going through a breakup or something like that. We've gone over the first three in previous videos, and today I want to tell you about failure strategy number 4. And this failure strategy is called the scapegoat method. And what this really is about when people really blame their situation or blame factors outside of their control for their relationship or the struggles that they're going through. They might think like, oh, I'm in a long distance relationship, therefore nothing you say in any of the 150 plus videos that you've made applies to me. Or we've been broken up for more than 3 months, therefore nothing that you say is applicable to me. Therefore, my situation is hopeless. Or, my ex left me for another guy or another girl. Therefore, there's nothing I can do except just pray and hope that someday, he realizes that he wants to be with me. Or, we were both in very difficult relationships, very troubled relationships before we got together. Therefore, somehow the situation is unique and nothing can be done to fix it. And the scapegoat approach is very ineffective because it causes you to close your mind to what you can actually do, what is in your control, and to a lot of the advice that Mika and I have been giving out that really actually could save your relationship if you weren't just so closed off to it. We've been doing this for many years, and we've seen pretty much every relationship situation you can imagine. We've had clients who ranged from, extremely affluent people to people who, are less fortunate, to people who are like World Trade Center survivors, 9/11 survivors, to, people who have lived in all kinds of different countries, dealt with cultural and language barriers, dealt with long-distance relationships, dealt with an ex who's seeing someone else, dealt with rebound relationships, dealt with different age differences, everything like that. And we've had success stories across all of those different categories. And I want you to know that the advice that we give out is equally applicable to all of those situations. And instead of just kind of closing your mind off and thinking that, oh, this doesn't apply to me because fill in the blank, I want you to ask yourself instead, how does this apply to me? How can I apply this to my situation? And when you do that, you'll start to generate more ideas on how you can use that in your life, in your situation, in your relationship, so that you can get back together with your ex and that you can have that great, loving, caring relationship that you know is possible with that person. So really what I want you to do is to decide right now. Decide, are you willing to open your mind and stop looking for excuses as to why things won't work, as to why advice won't work, as to why different solutions won't work? Or I want you to decide that, yes, it's much easier to continue to blame a situation outside of my control than to really take a look at the inner workings of what's going on within myself, how I bring myself to my ex, and the dynamic between the two of us. And I want you to do this because really, I can't help you if you're so focused on some sort of thing out there. If you're so focused on, I just can't get through to her because she's with that guy. That's absolutely not an obstacle. I've seen many people overcome something like that before, and the solution is not to fixate on that guy. The solution is to look within yourself and to work from there and start building the connection between you and your ex. And then that guy becomes a triviality. But anyway, that is kind of getting on a tangent. What I want you to do is to decide right now whether or not you're going to continue to use the things that maybe you think are unique about your situation as an excuse to continue to struggle, to continue to be lost, to continue to feel hopeless, and to continue to have a real challenge with all of this, or if you're willing to really open your mind up and start working on what you do have control of, which is right now yourself and the way you bring yourself to the world outside of you. And if you are willing to take that second option, if you are willing to start with what you absolutely can control, then that's something that we can help you with. That's something that we work with people every day on inside the X Solution program. We have an online community where people constantly get feedback and help through every challenge of their life. We give you exercises and little missions to help you start to really bring yourself to your situation, to your breakup, to your ex, to the world as a whole in much more effective ways, so that you can really start to rebuild that relationship, that you can really start to lay that stronger foundation for a better relationship, for getting back together, for more chemistry, more connection, more love between the two of you. And if you'd like to learn how we can help you do that, just go ahead and check out xsolutionprogram.com and see if we'd be a good fit to work together. Other than that, this has been failure strategy number 4. This one has been the scapegoat approach. And tomorrow we're going to go into failure strategy number 5. This is going to be the last failure strategy in this series. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks.